Hey guys, my name is Jess. Took me about 3 hours to make this video. We're gonna get into it right now. Predator pals. There are 29 of them. They're all gonna be subdivided in their own specific regions. So number one will be Vanwam. This is in the Marsh Island. There's one predator. Okay, closest teleport is the Marsh Island Church ruins. Find that place and then get to the beach. You gotta go in and out. Okay, you gotta fly within a 60-mile radius. Meter radius, my bad. Plot down a marker so you know how far you are. Now keep in mind that you cannot catch these guys. I wish you could. It would be so dope if you could have some glowy red dudes in your base. But yeah, make sure you unequip the Ring of Mercy if you have it. And just beat them down, and then you get the cores. Okay. Now, depending on how much rewards you have set in your settings, so I have ×3 rewards and ×3 pals, so I get 3 times the amount of gain that I would ever get. Actually, technically, it is 3 times. All right. Now, it scales with your level, the amount of cores that you get. So over my entire run of 29 pals, I've accumulated about 523 cores, I think. So this is the volcanic region on the east side, not Mount Obsidian. Mount Obsidian is going to have its own location. So this one is Ragnarok, very kind of hard to tackle. You can only access these guys at nighttime. It's kind of obvious considering all these guys are literally in nighttime. Now, keep in mind, Rayhound actually has a lot of difficulty spawning for some reason. You gotta fly in and out of the waypoint. Now, these guys are weak to Earth, and my Anubis literally just one-shots them. But yeah, just drop them dead and move on with your life. So, this is the Violet region. So there are 4 pals. They all have their own specific island, so to speak, that they're all on. So it's just something to keep in mind when doing this, so that you don't get lost and that you can keep track of all of them. Now this one is Marith, or Moraith, whatever you pronounce it. Same thing as before. Take them out. They are kind of annoying with their weird dark laser, and for some reason, well, not for some reason, and just, if you have a missile launcher or whatever sort of projectile you're shooting, make sure you hit them and not the trees, or else you're gonna have a rough time with that. Cumbersome. Okay, next is Reptyro Chris. This is the 3rd pal in this region. And some things to note is that this one actually took me a very, very long time to get. Very, very, very long time. It took me about 10 minutes to find these guys. It was very annoying. Sometimes the merchants can spawn here, which actually kind of interrupted my whole thing. But yeah, these guys are down. I got about 9 cores each, I think, and now we're gonna go to Dynasum. Dynasum also took me a bit of time. I had to wait until it turned nighttime, which wasn't the end of the world. Teleport to Snowy Mountains, wherever you want to teleport, doesn't really matter. And yeah, you're gonna look for the heartbeat, right? And then glowy red eyes. I have my viewing distance set to the lowest setting because of the lag, and I can still see it within quite a bit of distance. So yeah, just sit here and drop him dead. Obviously grass beats earth, but since my Anubis is just beautiful, yeah, it doesn't even matter that he's battling his own weakness. So yeah. Next is the snowy biome. There are 5 pals in this region, so teleport to the Icy Weasel. I actually did not teleport to the Icy Weasel for some reason, but Icy Weasel teleport is just up north. Actually, I think I did. I don't remember. But yeah, so actually I just flew there. Yeah, so anyways, very easy to spot these guys. Just be wary of the Raindrix and the Mammoth Crists and Pangolins. They are tough. Okay, they're level 30. They're gonna freeze you, and if you are caught between them and these guys, you're going down because they're gonna apply some melt on you. Genshin terminology. Yeah, I know. Fire to ice. Anyways, unequip that Ring of Mercy and go on your merry way after you beat these guys down. They're level 47, so you're gonna get a bit of cores. Right here I got 9 each. It's very nice. And you hear me spam clicking. I thought I muted the vocal, my live audio, or a live commentary, but I did not mute this part. So this one's an actually new pal. You find this one at Fabric, and yeah, these guys right here. They're kind of tough to spot, or not tough to spot, but they're tough to take down. These guys are electric, and they're level 50. They are one of the more tankier ones, and they fly, so they're annoying. And they spawn on like these bodies of water, so you have to get on top of these ruins to be able to actually adequately hit them. And then you're dealt with this crowd control that these guys possess. You know, the laser just keeps on staggering you. So yeah, I have an Orzhov with me. We're using Tri-Lightning in his double Karano abilities. And these guys just take a freaking beating, dude. They are just so tanky. But it's really cool. It gets annoying though. And I realize now that I slotted him with a water ability that, I mean, it soaks them a bit, but they don't. It already does double damage. I don't think it does amplify damage. I'm not sure. But anyways, now we're moving up in the world, right? We're going up north. Lupmon Chris. This is another high level pal. So, you know, the more you go north, the more you meet some heavy artillery. So these guys are ice. They're very cool looking. And they're kind of tanky, right? But they're ice, so easy. Lots of fire pals out there. Take them down with a Kitsun. Sorry, not Kitsun. With a what's the dude called? Wixen. Apply the fire damage to your abilities. To your attacks, my bad. Okay, now it's gonna be Wumpo going northwest. These guys are so cute. I love Wumpo so much. I just wish that they weren't so slow. They're really only good at like food bases and bases where you know, where they can reach everything and then deposit everything. Now, if you heard that dash, I am running the double dash boots and the triple jump boots. They're a little weird. I'm trying to make them work, but if you're, it doesn't work well with a glider. It works well with canceling a glide and saving you from fall damage, but aside from that, it's really weird. But yeah, these guys are level 50. They're tanky. They're big. They're giant. Huge hitbox. Can't possibly miss unless you absolutely suck or on like 2 FPS. I'm on like 15 FPS, so it's not that awful. But yeah, they have Diamond Rain in their kit. They're gonna be using every single one of them. You got Icicle Cutter, you know, Icicle Line. You're gonna get hit by everything, so you just want to make sure that you either keep a good distance or just be careful. Now, last but not least is the Blazehowl Noct. I don't know what this guy's doing here. He is nowhere near ice material. He is a fire pal, so that doesn't work at all. Well, I don't know why he's here. You teleport to land of absolute zero. Literally just east of us is the King Paka Crest, so you can go there after you're done. Grab that slab if you want. Take him down for some loot. You know, do whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter. So this is the Blazehowl Noct. Yep, they are dark, so they're gonna be awake when you come down. Okay, you won't be able to get the surprise. Right, so here I'm making sure I try to get Flame Funnel. I think I have Flame Funnel or Flame whatever thing. I don't know. But they are ice pals. They're dark, but they are ice pals. So their weakness is water. What did I use on this? Did I use water? Oh no, I used fire for some reason. I don't know why I chose fire. I wasn't thinking straight. I thought for some reason that they were ice, but they are clearly not ice. But anyways, yeah. So we wiped them out, and look, he's Mufasa. No. Anyways, we are now going into the Sakurajima location. This is SJ with 3 predators. There is the Alphidrium, the Shroomer, and the Splatterina, who is actually found in Fabric normally. So these guys are Shroomers. They are kind of tanky, but they're grass, so use your fire palace against them. Anything that burns them will literally do wonders. Next is the Alphidrium. I teleport down south to the Icewind Island. And yeah, it took me a while. Now these guys are actually really, really tanky. They're the highest level pal out there. They're one of them. I think Splatterina is also one of them that's the highest level. But these guys just they literally dropped me to like 10% health. It was actually scary. You could see my screen flashing red, you know. All right, now we're going into Splatterina. Now this is in the Moonflower Tower entrance. Be wary of the Bushi Nox. They are awake during this hour, specifically nighttime, and they will attack you. And then if there's any of those Genins, the samurai around, they're gonna attack you too. So it's gonna be a big monster bash over there. But anyways, I'm just trying to force the spawn out. It took me a while, maybe a few minutes. Yeah, here they are now. So they kind of just spawn out of nowhere. Once you get in distance, so that's why I say you gotta force the spawn. You leave the spawn, force the spawn. Leave the spawn, force the spawn, right? You leave the spawn, then you go back to force the spawn. And here they are dark, so I'm using dragon abilities. I'm looking for beam slicer and blast cannon, but I like to use splash just because it's a low ability cooldown and it has a wide radius. And since I don't have holy burst on that pal on my Anubis, you know, you can see what I mean. Now we're gonna go into the one predator island, which is on the Dumud Island, just a little south. These guys are one of the lower levels. It's kind of weird how they spaced out all the predator pals. But I can understand why. Yeah, so now we're going into the Relaxosaurus region. This is where the thicket is, or the Investigator Fork, or Deep Bamboo Thicket. You know, that sort of place. And these guys are Mossanders. They took me a while to spawn this as well. It was kind of annoying. But believe it or not, you can stop their laser by freezing them. Aggregation at its finest. But yeah, so these guys are also kind of taking it. They're like level 37 or so. Now we're gonna go south to the Dogons. These guys, pretty easy to spot. They're on the Y of the path. It's just a big Y, so to speak. And they're neutral, so use dark abilities. I am just higher level. I don't need to rely on the weaknesses and whatnot. Combat triangle, combat whatever triangle. Combat weakness triangle? I don't know. Now we're gonna go to Lovander. So it's really weird seeing a Lovander here. You like totally forget Lovander exists. Lovander and Moraith. I mean, you kind of know Lovander exists because she's like that sort of pal that just chases you everywhere in a goofy fashion. But like aside from that, she's literally forgettable. But yeah, so this is Lovander. They are also neutral. I swear they were dark as well, but I guess that's only for Celine. And then my weapon destroyed itself, so, or damaged itself, whatever. So now we're gonna go into the Patalia region. There are 4 predators here. And right here by the Twin Knights, this is the first one, Bridge of Twin Knights. You're gonna be hovering this specific section where you go from the beginning area to the med level area, which is where you first discover honey. And these guys are gonna be sleeping. Just be careful because there's gonna be some Catrices and Grintails, Hell Zephyrs, and whatnot around. They're gonna be attacking you. They're gonna be providing a lot of CC. They're gonna blind you with the dark abilities. They're gonna burn you with the fire abilities. Next is gonna be a Moscow. So it took me a long time to actually spawn these guys. Forced to spawn. They are literally right on the lake center. There's this. There they do. Yeah, there they go. They spawned in after a long time. But yeah, they kind of just got wiped out by Jerrigan's Meteor Rain. I like that ability. I want to see if I can breed it into other pals in the future. I don't know, because I have yet to actually max out my Jerrigan in terms of the speed passes by everything except for Nimble. So that'll be annoying. Anyways, we're going to the Tarantris is how you pronounce it? The Spider-Man pal. This is really cool. But yeah, so this is the pal. In this location, Cinemath Forest. They're dark, so dark and grassy, so you can burn them, but they're weak to dragon abilities. So they all possess the same exact arsenal. It's a little different from their neighboring pals, like their parallels, because they don't have their element type of pal. They're just I think they're just dark plus they're the same elements that they were. They don't have the same abilities as their other elements, or their other identical pals, so to speak. This is Stariodon, by the way. Sorry for my ramble. This is Mount Floppy Summit. And they got wrecked. Now they do have this ability where they can like launch themselves at you, similarly to Gildane. So just don't lose track of them. Now this is Aloha. She's literally like 30 meters away from the Gildane spawn, and I kind of just take her out just because I don't want to have to deal with her and the Gildane. I capture them because I love capturing these goofballs. Now for Gildane, it's gonna be hovering just this water part right here. Okay, so you're gonna be flying back and forth up the river to force to spawn, like how I'm doing right here. Okay, and eventually, I'm gonna cut to it, but they spawned, right? And we're gonna check the map. Right there, it's right against the water. So just do that if you can't get the spawn immediately. Now these guys are kind of tanky. They're level 48, yeah, and the ground. So you gotta use grass. It's a little weird. I don't know how a leaf can be a rock, but it's whatever. And I'm not gonna question it. Now they do give me, I think that's, what is that, 9 cores as well. Now here's the more dangerous one. This is Drummondtide Ignis, the Jignuses. These guys spawn on top of lava. So even if you're on the safe asphalt ground, whatever, your pal might run onto the lava and just burn. And that's technically what happened to my guy. So he died. I needed to go revive him. Next is Dig Toys. Right by the Fisherman Point, you're going to move directly west to the Gulf. Right here is the Gulf. The two lands meet, the two beaches meet, and you just got to force a spawn, just like how I did, if they don't spawn immediately. So they are also weak to grass, right? Right here I'm changing the abilities, but, you know, I'm just too OP that I don't really need to. But regardless, we take them out, and right here it turned day, and like the second after I beat them, so I was very lucky that I got there in time. Okay, this is the Tri-Island, so this is Goriot. There's only like 3 little tiny islands where this dude is, and I call it the Tri-Islands. You can call it whatever you want, but the small, teleport to Small Cove, and just beat them down. They're neutral, so hit them with some dark abilities. Oh yeah, they do possess their abilities. What am I on about? They do possess their abilities. I'm just an idiot. Yeah, because Staridon and Godane use their abilities. What was I on about earlier? I don't know. I'm not used to commentating for this long on a pre-recorded video. So this is Dazimu. There are 3 predators in the desert region. These guys are all gonna be ground, except for the Prickster, who's dark and ground. So yeah, I use some grass abilities, and then we're gonna move northwest to the Cryolinx Terra, a new pal, naturally found on Fabric, but yeah, listen for the heartbeat and the ominous music. I love it. I love how they made it so fitting of its theme, so to speak. And they're dead. So collect the loot, and then we're gonna head directly southeast towards Prickster. Now you can teleport to the tower if you want, but if you have a flying mount that's pretty fast, just go there yourself. I kind of did that. I didn't teleport. Prickster's right there in the locations. Yeah, I'm gonna fly directly southeast, and you can kind of see them, 50 meters, give or take. They are dark and ground, so they are weak to dragon. Don't get mixed up. They're not weak to grass. They deal ground damage, but they are dark type. Okay, don't get mixed up. Alright, so that is that for Prickster. This is about it. We're going to conclude the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. It took me a very long time to make this video. It wasn't too difficult. I just kept on lagging and my thing kept crashing. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks. Bye.